Good evening, welcome to Washington. I'm Brett Baer. One day after President Obama reiterated his intention to degrade and destroy ISIS, his defense secretary was on the defensive on Capitol Hill, and jaws were dropping when he revealed the size of the force the U.S. is training to go into battle against the brutal but resourceful terror group. Correspondent Kevin Cork has our top story from the White House.
It was the kind of blunt assessment that the Senate Armed Services Committee asked for, but it didn't make it any easier to hear.
As of July 3rd, we are currently training about 60 fighters.
A stunning admission for a program that's been called an essential part of White House strategy to defeat ISIS. Just 60 Syrian volunteers being trained by U.S. forces to battle the terror group in Syria. A shockingly low number, and far fewer still than the 90 volunteers Defense Secretary Carter claimed were being trained back in May.
This number is much smaller than we'd hoped for at this point.
I got to tell you, after 4 years, Mr. Secretary, that's not a very impressive number.
The administration's initial plans called for up to 300 trainees per class to undergo 6 to 8 weeks of training before joining the fight. The goal, train up to 5,400 fighters every year. But to date, a mere 60 have been cleared for training, while another 7,000 are still being vetted. White House officials expressed disappointment at the low number, but defended the rigorous vetting process.
Clearly that number is not enough, and what we need to do is continue to accelerate that training and equipment program.
The administration's three-phase strategy to counter ISIS in Iraq and Syria includes airstrikes to slow the group's territorial advances, major offensives to reclaim lost territory and weaken their military capability, and expanded training to produce enough local fighters to battle ISIS on the ground.
This will not be quick. This is a long-term campaign.
Meanwhile, yesterday at the Pentagon, the president called the fight against ISIS a generational battle for hearts and minds.
Ideologies are not defeated with guns. They're defeated by better ideas, a more attractive and more compelling vision.
An assessment that was mocked back on Capitol Hill.
When it comes to ISIL, President Obama's comments yesterday at the Pentagon reveal a disturbing degree of self-delusion that characterizes the administration's thinking.
And we have major news to report tonight involving the U.S. Armed Forces. We have learned that tomorrow the Army is expected to announce that some 40,000 soldiers will be cut from its ranks over the next 2 years, and that will impact both domestic and international posts as well. Along with that, Brett, 17,000 Army civilian employees are also expected to be laid off.
Kevin Cork live on the North Lawn. Kevin, thank you.